Hey everyone, David Ryshpan here with you again on YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here in downtown Montreal in front of the Studio TD. We're about to go see my friend Camille Gélinas filming for the TV show Belle, and we're going to dive into her keyboard setup. Camille is a really good friend of mine and a great musician, one of my favorite musicians in town. She also plays with Lisa Leblanc and Stephanie Boulet and a whole bunch of other Quebec-based artists. She is phenomenal at getting sounds and learning music. She's really proud of the rig she's built. I'm super excited to go check it out. So let's dive in to the keyboard world of Camille Gélinas on Belle. Salut Camille!
Hello David!
Ça va?
Ça va et toi?
Oui, thanks for inviting me on set and walking me through this amazing rig. I know you've told me that you're very proud of this whole spaceship you've created.
Yeah, well, I've thought about it for a lot of years, and like since I've started here at Belle, it's 6 years ago maybe. Like I started really small, and then I grew the rig, and I really had time to think about what I needed and come up with something that would allow me to do basically anything I needed to do. So
right.
I can run through the whole setup.
Yeah.
So for the synths, I have like two main rigs. So this is one, and this is the other one. And they all go through key Largos, which if you're a synth player, you probably own multiple and use them all the time. So I have one for this rig here, and then I have another one here, which has the Wurlitzer and the Mellotron plugged in, as well as this little pedal board. So these are my two main rigs. So for the first one, I'd say the Nord is like the centerpiece of it all. It acts as a synth, and I use it for my pianos, the Rhodes, and organs, synths, but I also use it as a MIDI controller. So it can control basically anything except the Wurlitzer, because it doesn't have MIDI. And then I have the Moog Sub 37. I use it mainly for arpeggios, lead synths, and sometimes bass synths, but not that often because Amélie on bass has one as well. So the Moog Trusty, I think it's one of my latest additions to the rig, and I couldn't live without it now that I have it because it's so unique. And then I have a multi-effect for the Moog that is a Chroma console. It's from Hologram. Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a multi-effect, and for me it's practical because I have a reverb, I have filters, overdrives, and also use it to make the Moog, which is mono. I can put it in stereo. Oh, that converts it into stereo. Okay. So sometimes it's cool, like to have you put a doubler and then your lead becomes more wide. Yeah. I use that sometimes, but so that's mainly for just the Moog. And then I have the sequential Rev 2, the Prophet Rev 2, which is like the reissue of the Prophet 8, Prophet 8 that I own at home. So at home, I have my own North Stage and Prophet, and I program my sounds for these two, and I export them in SysX, and I put them back in when I come in at the rehearsal. So I mainly program these two, and then what's on my computer, and for the rest, I program on rehearsal. Like the Moog, it's really easy to program, and the Mellotron as well. So these stay here, and I can just come in at the rehearsal and do my patches real quick before we rehearse. So and the Prophet Rev 2, it goes through this effect loop. So like reverb, the Mobius, I like this one, the Microcosm, sometimes to add a little magic. So most of the time what I do is, this is only for the Prophet, this is for the Chroma console, and then for the Nord, I use the built-in effects. But the Key Largo allows me, I can send, if I want this loop to the Moog, I can send it to the Nord. So if I really need a specific effect, let's say I really need something on the Microcosm, going for the piano sound, and I can send the effect to it. But most of the time, like the effect loop is closed for the Nord and the Moog, and I use it only for the Prophet. But I have the possibility to send it to any one of those three. So that's for this rig over here. And then here I have like my old school rig, so new school and old school. I have a wonderful little Wurlitzer that I got maybe 2 years ago, and it's in mint condition. Like it was refurbished at the Mécanique Synthétique when I bought it. So the action is wonderful, the sound is wonderful. I used to have a Rhodes Mark 1, but it needs a little bit TLC, TLC. So I brought in my Wurlitzer for this season because I'd like a change, and also it's so fun to play with. I felt bad leaving it in the studio, and I wanted to use it more. So I have the Wurlitzer, and then the Mellotron, which is the micro model, the smallest one that I have here, and it's really small, but when I need to have more keys, then I play it on the Nord. But it's really fun. Like this keyboard, at first I didn't think I would use it that much, but honestly, a lot of recent productions, they use the Mellotron. It's part of their sound. It has been brought back in fashion, I think, like the Mellotron. So I use it a lot. Like maybe this show, I have it for like 4 songs on 10 songs maybe. So wow. I use it for strings sometimes. Like I don't like to play synthetic strings or strings plugin. So sometimes I blend like the Mellotron with another sound to mimic the strings. For me, I like leaning toward more organic sounds than like synthetic ones. So that's for my Mellotron. And then for the Mellotron, it goes through this GHS pedal, which is a 3-band EQ, and it has also like a boost, 20 dB boost, I think. So since it doesn't have a lot of gain compared to the Wurlitzer, I use it to boost the signal, and then I can trim sometimes the highs that are pretty harsh on the Mellotron. So if I need to dampen it a little more, that's really useful, the GHS. And then just like, a reverb, modulation pedal, and an overdrive. So that's for both of those two. I would eventually like to have separate effect loops for each one of those, but for now it does the job. It's pretty rare that I have to have 2 like really distinct effects playing both of them at the same time, so for me it works now. Anyway, I have the pill, which is like a sidechain pedal. So I have a signal coming from the sequence rig that comes in, and we can change like the sidechain pattern, and then I turn it on when I need sidechain on my. It's only for the Prophet, because like the synths on my laptop, I have the sidechain. The Moog, it clocks really easily. So yeah, that's a little add-on that is nice to have when you do more like produce stuff.
Cool. I have a key Largo as well. I swear by it. I love this thing. Radial, contact us.
Well, I want to be sponsored. I already have like 3, but I'd use a 4th one.
And what I have never done, what Camille is doing that I have never done, is running the Wurlitzer into the key Largo, and you don't have an issue with level or anything? The Wurlitzer gives you enough input into the key Largo?
It gives me more than enough. I have like, you see here, like this is the minimum volume, and I usually put it here, and then I have all this to go.
Wow.
And this is plenty of volume. This is the level I found that the sound is pure and not overdriving. It's surprising that I have that much gain, because with my Rhodes, previously I used this for my Rhodes because I didn't have enough gain, but the Whirly, it's and it's sometimes like when I play with the jack input, it can buzz, or sometimes it's not right, but I wiggle the jack and then it's okay for the day. So.
Nice.
But you know, with vintage stuff, you never know when problems are gonna occur. But for now, it's my third episode this season with it, and I only have fun. It's so great.
All right, and now for the heart and brain.
Yes. So this thing, I could not live without. Since I got it, like maybe a few years ago, I began using it, and it has changed my life. Like every keyboard player who run multiple synths at the same time, you have to get this. So this is a MIDI interface from iConnectivity, great company. Like it never crashes or anything. So this controls MIDI for all my rig. So here in USB, I have the North Stage plugged in. I have in the second USB input, I have the Prophet. That's MIDI, but 5-pin MIDI. For the Moog, one for the Mellotron, and then one for the Chroma console. So that all sends patch changes to every one of those. And then in the first input, I have a MIDI cable coming in from the guy who runs the sequences. So we have someone who takes care of the sequences. He has a big rig and takes care of everything, and he sends us clock. So we can have like a clock signal, and he can even send me patch changes if I don't have hands, I have to play something and have a quick patch change. He can take care of this. So he's like my main clock. So my Moog is always synced to it. My Prophet, Nord, everything is synced. And if I have to have my plugins in Ableton synced to the main computer who takes care of sequences, what I do is I turn on the external mode, and then my computer syncs automatically to what Liu Kong, the perk player, what he sends me. So that's really a great trick. So like my sidechain plugin can be synced, the arpeggios, everything. So I became slave of his computer. Yeah, you have a software for that where you can like make your MIDI paths. You can say this channel sends MIDI to everything or just to one thing, or this one receives nothing. Like you can make your own paths and save it to a patch. And now like for it suits any needs, any MIDI needs you have, and it's great because it's so like the possibilities are endless. And it's, I don't know about you, but I'm so fascinated by MIDI. Like it hasn't changed since 1983. Yeah, I know. So
crazy.
I find it so fascinating. Like that we still use this technology, and it's basically perfect. Like I love MIDI.
Thank you, Dave Smith.
Yay!
Yeah.
And one last thing that I control with this is we have a fake grand piano here. It's a digital grand piano by Roland. So I use this MIDI adapter with an Ethernet cable. So that goes in my Mio. And then on the other end, I have another adapter that goes to the piano. And I can connect them via MIDI. And the piano plays some sounds on my Nord. So I can have a better grand piano sounds, or sometimes I even put upright sounds just to fool people, because I find like the upright sounds sometimes are better for some songs, but don't come at me if you don't like that. So that's it. This is really like the main brain of everything.
So you were telling me this upright piano got delivered today. This is not part of the usual setup, right?
No, not the usual setup. But sometimes when we feel like we need to have a real piano. Like sometimes we have a jazz pianist, or like some songs require like a real piano. We'll have one delivered. It just got tuned. Right now, as you maybe heard during the rig rundown. But now we have Pierre Lapointe today, and then the Bar Brothers that will use it for one of their songs. And I'm gonna play it for Pierre Lapointe, and one like a blues song with Guy Bélanger, which is a harmo player. So that's it. So we used to have a real B3 organ. It was so nice with the Leslie and everything. but it was quite noisy and it would break at times. It was a lot of maintenance, so they switched for it's a digital B3. It sounds good for a digital one. It's not quite as good as having the real deal, but for the TV show and it does the job. So we have that. It's mostly for the anchorman, no, not the anchorman, but the host, the TV host. He likes to play on it, but sometimes I will go and play if I need to. It's fun. It's much less maintenance than being in my other rig. I'm like,
right?
So yeah.